Guatemala right now sitting atop Group C in terrific position. They've already qualified for the knockout stage, but everything else is still up for grabs. The United States will take on Guatemala later today, but for now, Dominican Republic and Trinidad and Tobago have two very clear objectives. Dominican Republic right now sits as the highest ranked third place team. Remember, in this format, three groups of 4 teams. The top 2 teams in each group go through, as well as the 2 best third place teams. Dominican Republic right now leading the way among the third place teams. If they were to pick up a victory, they would clinch, at the very least, going through as one of the third place teams, if not having a chance at winning the group or coming in second in Group C. So a win for Dominican Republic would put them through regardless. On the flip side for Trinidad and Tobago, you're looking at the ranking of the third place teams, and you can see Nicaragua right now in that second spot on 1 point. However, Nicaragua still plays Canada. Those 2 teams over in Group B have a point each, so somebody is going to go beyond 1 point. So a tie is not enough today for Trinidad and Tobago. If they want any chance at advancing into the group stage, out of the group stage, into the knockout phase, Trinidad and Tobago are going to have to win today. And they've been in some tight games so far. They lost by 3 against the United States. There were some late goals with the United States when Trinidad and Tobago were flying the goalkeeper and trying to get that extra man advantage. And then they lost 5-3 against Guatemala as well. Same thing, where one of those goals was scored late, so it was hanging in the balance the entirety of the match. So they've been right there in both of their games, Trinidad and Tobago. They need to win today to have a chance at going through to the knockout phase. A loss or a draw, and they would be eliminated. Dominican Republic can only be eliminated if a lot of other things go wrong and they lose today. So long as they pick up a draw, they should be fine. And if they go ahead and win, they do clinch a spot in the next round, be it as the second place team in Group C or as one of the highest ranked third place teams. So that's what's at stake today for Dominican Republic and Trinidad and Tobago. Dominican Republic coming off a thrilling 7-6 victory over the United States. That was after a 7-5 loss to Guatemala in the opener. And the teams are set in the tunnel, ready to take the court. The national anthems and kickoff in just a moment here from Managua.
Damas y caballeros, démosle la cordial bienvenida al campeonato de futsal de Concacaf 2024 a la selección nacional de Trinidad y Tobago y la selección nacional de República Dominicana. Damas y caballeros, nos ponemos de pie para escuchar el himno nacional de Trinidad y Tobago.
Set to meet the starting lineups now for both Dominican Republic and Trinidad and Tobago. A massive matchup for both of these teams here in Group C. Again, Trinidad and Tobago must win to stay alive in contention for the knockout phase. Dominican Republic, with a win, would clinch a spot in the knockout phase. A draw would suit them well, but not officially clinch them a spot, and a loss would make things very interesting. Would not eliminate them, but it would make things very dicey going through the rest of the group matches that are still to be played. Here's the starting lineup for Trinidad and Tobago. Only 2 goals accounted for in the starting lineup. Darius Oliveira has a pair of goals. No Che Benny available today for Trinidad and Tobago. He was their leading scorer with 3 goals in the first 2 matches, so missing their number 10, Che Benny. You've seen scoring like crazy the first couple of games. Let's see what that does for this group, who again need to win to have a chance at going through. On the other side for Dominican Republic, they have a full allotment of players. They've had scoring throughout the roster. They have a group that seems poised to make some history here as the captains go out. The coin toss. Andre Marchand, the goalie, the captain on the Trinidad and Tobago side. David Rondon, the captain for Dominican Republic, the official. Maybe the most difficult group as far as the draw goes. Guatemala was the highest ranked team in this group coming into this tournament. The United States ranked 4th, Guatemala ranked 2nd. Trinidad and Tobago ranked 9th coming into the tournament. Dominican Republic, the lowest ranked team, down in 13th, but they've made a statement, and now they have a chance to go through with a win today. Trinidad and Tobago must win to stay alive in this tournament. Remember, futsal rules, some of you who might be more familiar with soccer, futsal, 2 20-minute halves. Clock will stop when the ball is not in play. It's just fast-paced fun all throughout as these teams get going here in Managua. Gardelli takes it for Dominican Republic. Gardelli unable to keep it in. Pounan-Jerome. Johnny Felix. Back to Pounan-Jerome. Adrian Welch. Oliveira with 2 goals in this tournament. Back to Welch. Oliveira. Pounan-Jerome. Good control early in this first minute from Trinidad and Tobago. 8th edition of the Concacaf Futsal Championship. Welch goes down, calling for a free kick to be issued. And ultimately it is, after some hesitation by the official. Direct free kick opportunity now for Trinidad and Tobago, and the first of the 5 accumulated fouls allotted for Dominican Republic. Remember, on the 6th, you get a free kick, no wall from the 2nd penalty spot. Jelani Felix stands over this direct free kick. Felix touches it along. After the pass, it's blasted away from goal. Rondon, first chance at some control now for Dominican Republic. Perez, quick give and go, but it's given away. See if Dominican Republic can continue to be the surprise of this tournament. Again, coming in when these teams were slotted into pots and then drawn into groups. Dominican Republic were the lowest ranked team in this group. They were the pot 4 team, ranked 13th in the Concacaf Futsal rankings coming in. Went toe-to-toe with the top-ranked team in this group, Guatemala, ranked 2nd overall in CONCACAF, and they beat the U.S., the 4th-ranked team. This Dominican Republic is here to make some noise. Putting the pressure on now, it's Welch all the way back to his keeper. Marchand sent it long, and out of play. 4 seconds to get it back into play, otherwise it's a turnover. Welch goes for goal, and it's saved by Perez. First time he's tested. Big kick save from the keeper. Dominican Republic did get out of the group last time. A shot from distance here, and it's just wide. Christian Gardelli giving Andre Marchand something to think about. Did not miss by much. Gardelli, back in 2021, Dominican Republic and Trinidad and Tobago were grouped together as well. Back on May 4th of 2021, it was a 6-2 win for Dominican Republic over this Trinidad and Tobago team 3 years ago. And another direct free kick for Trinidad and Tobago. So already 2 accumulated fouls for Dominican Republic. Trinidad and Tobago failed to get out of the group last time around. Dominican Republic got out of the group, but then lost to the United States in the quarterfinal. Free kick blocked. Poulan-Jerome trying to create some space here. Poulan-Jerome lays it off to Felix. Dominican Republic seem poised to make a couple of changes to the lineup right now. Players with the pennies in hand up in the substitution zone calling for a change to be made. Ricardo Alvarez about to come on. Jose Perez throws it long, taken off the chest by Guillermo Lopez, and he gives it away. Chipped ahead, taken off the chest again by Lopez. Plays it through, nobody there. A little bit too early. All eyes are on the 2024 FIFA Futsal World Cup taking place in Uzbekistan. Starting on September 14th, the 4 semi-finalists of this tournament will represent CONCACAF in the World Cup. Given away, taken by Hector Perez, saved by Marchand. Out for a corner. Captain with a big stop at a timely moment. Bailing out his group after the giveaway. From the corner, it's blocked. And the shot by Rondon. First ever edition of this tournament, hosted outside of Guatemala or Costa Rica. Here at Polideportivo, Alexis Arguello in Managua, flicked on nicely by Guillermo Lopez, but saved by Marchand. And actually before that flick on even happened, there was a 4-second call and then a yellow card shown to David Rondon for that improper restart. I'll have to be careful now on that yellow card. Remember, a second yellow or a straight red would be a sending off. That player is done for the game, and the other team gets a 2-minute man advantage. Poulan-Jerome. Good rotations from Trinidad and Tobago, biding their time. Again, missing their top scorer today. Slipped inside. Where else will the scoring come from? That one wrong side of the post. No Che Benny who has 3 goals in the first 2 matches. Put on Giron with that opportunity. Left Jose Perez, the goalkeeper, in some pain after he hit the surface, selling out on the dive. Long toss ahead, back to goal. It's Lopez, laid off, save made, and almost over the line in an own goal. Almost unlucky for Dylan King as the blocked shot caromed off of his chest. Did well to knock it away before any damage was done by Marco Gomez. Now from the corner, played up top, blasted and saved by Marchand, denying Rondon. Karim Perry now into the match for Trinidad and Tobago. Well over the head of Perry, turned back over to Dominican Republic. Jose Belliard comes on now for David Rondon, who's still just discussing with the official why he might have gotten that first yellow card. And now discussing if he improperly substituted in. That would have been some poor fortune to pick up a second yellow card that way with an illegal substitution. But all's well that ends well. And now Perez coming out of the cage, going for goal himself. Has to hurry back. Take it from the goalkeeper all the way down and off frame. Perez, the long throw, settled down by Marco Gomez. Nice move at the end line for Gomez, corner. Only 3 nations have ever won this tournament. Neither of these two. Costa Rica has won it 4 times. They won in 2000, 2012, 2016, and 2021. They've won 3 in a row, Costa Rica. The United States have 2 championships of their own. Guatemala has 1 as well. Cuba and Panama are the only other 2 nations to have ever made finals in this tournament. Dylan King almost gave it away. Charging in was Jose Belliard. Down in front for Baltazar. It's been good control from Trinidad and Tobago early on. They've seen most of the ball. Good defensive play by Belliard. Now Gomez. Back for Lopez. Basically a whole new unit out there now for Dominican Republic. All 4 outfield players have rotated. And I mentioned it when we showed you the lineups. They had 5 different goal scorers on the bench as well. A very deep team for Dominican Republic. Now in transition, played along, back in front. Chance was there for Punan Giron. Couldn't get a touch to it. But a good, well-executed break by Trinidad and Tobago. Now right back the other way. They have to hustle back defensively. Alvarez slows it down. Lopez bides his time. Lopez cross court. Alvarez goes for goal, missed narrowly. Hospitales. That's a goal this tournament. Hospitales gave it away. Fortunate to get it right back. Nearly halfway through this first period. Locked in a tight 0-0 affair. Trinidad and Tobago must win in order to remain alive in this tournament. A loss or a draw would eliminate them. Dominican Republic would would not be eliminated by any result today. They are the highest ranked third place team right now, the only third place team on 3 points. And based on the landscape of the rest of the groups, they still have a good chance at making it as one of those third place teams, even if they fail to win or draw today. A draw would put Dominican Republic in a good spot still to at least be the third place team through. A win would clinch a spot. Give it away. Marchand clears. A win would actually put Dominican Republic in contention for first place in Group C. Right now, Guatemala on 6 points. And the United States on 3 points. They meet later this afternoon. So a win for Dominican Republic and a win for the U.S. could actually see a 3-way tie on 6 points. Thrown ahead. Good hold-up play there from Gardelli. Turn the corner. Slipped through and flicked away. Nice run made in behind from Marco Gomez. Just lurking there on the corner. Alvarez. All the way back from Marchand. The pressure Dominican Republic is putting on now, making life difficult for Trinidad and Tobago and forcing this turnover. One right back, however, by Pounon-Jerome. Tried to snake it through and gave it away. It's picked up by Alvarez. Back for Pepin. Javier Pepin with a goal in this tournament. Alvarez. Gomez. Gomez cuts it. Gomez shoots it. Saved by Marchand. Kicked out the right leg and kept it out. Played quickly from the corner. Nice movement in front. Comes all the way back where it started, and it's put wide by Cestero. Dominican Republic starting to find the better of the opportunities now. On the turn, nicely done. Hospitales laid off. Build up from Trinidad and Tobago here. Hospitales trying to snake it back through, instead gave it away. Could have been a 2-on-1 for Dominican Republic. Now it's put back through for Perez, and it's just wide. Clayman took a deflection, went undetected. Hold-up play from Oliveira, given away. Leading scorer with 2 goals for Trinidad and Tobago among today's roster. Again, missing Che Benny, who had 3 goals in the first 2 games, their leading scorer. Perez. Pounon-Jerome. Trinidad and Tobago. Still looking for the deadlock to be broken. Oliveira gives it up for Hospitales. Try from distance here is saved by Perez, denying Oliveira. Yields a corner now. And a timeout taken. Both teams allotted one minute timeout per half. Trinidad and Tobago elects to take the timeout here right before this corner kick. Both teams have had their opportunities. Trinidad and Tobago need the victory in order to stay alive. They lost their first match 7-4 against the U.S., their second match 5-3 against Guatemala. The fourth and second ranked teams in this tournament respectively. And they were in both matches, Trinidad and Tobago, until the very end. It was some empty net goals that tilted the scales a little bit further. Dominican Republic, fresh off a historic victory over the U.S. Lost to Guatemala before that. Dominican Republic, the 13th ranked team in this tournament. The surprise of the tournament so far. Trinidad and Tobago ranked 9th. 0-0, nearly halfway through this first period. From the corner on the restart now, Oliveira gives it up to Punan-Sharon. Taken away by Rondon. It's Juan Rondon going for goal. Denied last moment, Oliveira. Transition the other way. And wasted by Trinidad and Tobago. Rolled back out for Perez. Hector Perez plays it ahead. Rondon comes back for Perez, has a pocket of space, lays it off instead. Back for Perez. Perez cuts underneath. Perez goes for goal and misses. Rolled out to Punan-Sharon. Long toss from Perez. Some space here for Rondon. Now it's Perez, puts it in front, back in front, and it's an easy finish for David Rondon. Well worked in the build-up from Dominican Republic. A lot of finger pointing from Trinidad and Tobago, and Dominican Republic finally has the lead. An easy tap-in for Rondon, his fourth goal of the tournament. And that fourth goal puts him one goal away from the Golden Boot lead. Now Dylan King looking to respond for Trinidad and Tobago. King, Punan-Sharon, Felix. Again, it's Felix. Cisnero inviting the pressure for Dominican Republic. Number 11 animated there in his defensive position. Felix. Almost taken away by Juan Rondon. And it was Juan Rondon who laid off the assist to David Rondon. Perez, Rondon puts it in front. Nice cut back, chance to make it two, but it's put wide. Punan-Sharon. Long toss ahead, squandered by Perez. Oliveira struggling right now to find their footing in the attacking half, Trinidad and Tobago. Belliard goes for goal, and it's saved by Marchand. Just over 8 minutes to go in this first period. Dominican Republic with the 1-0 lead, courtesy of David Rondon. From the corner, put back in for Perez. It's blocked. Trouble playing it out of the back. It's Alvarez. And it was just over the line. Back to Trinidad and Tobago. Neptune. Jamil Neptune gives it off. Jelani Felix back for Neptune. Felix put on Jerome. Neptune tried to flick it along up the wing. Now gets it where he wanted it initially. Chance here for Trinidad and Tobago, saved by Perez. Put back in front and cleared. Numbers the other way now for Dominican Republic. It's led by Belliard. Laid off, Belliard wants it back, he gets it back, Belliard scores! You can see the moment they crossed halfway, the 2-on-1 building, and Jose Belliard with his second goal of the tournament makes it 2-0 Dominican Republic. Marco Gomez slides it his way with the assist. From one end to the other, it seemed like it might be an equalizer. With all the chaos in front for Trinidad and Tobago. Instead, it left them stretched to the back. Dominican Republic makes it 2. And it's a long road back now for Trinidad and Tobago, not only in this match, but in this tournament. Must win. Draw does them no good. Must win Trinidad and Tobago to stay alive. Neptune doesn't get all of it. Rolled out quickly. Another chance here for Dominican Republic, but blocked. They're feeling it now. A win would clinch a spot in the next round. The question then for Dominican Republic, would it be as the highest ranked third place finisher, as the first place team in Group C, or the second place team in Group C? All would be possibilities. On the turn, it's laid back off and put wide from Marco Gomez. There is a scenario, remember, where all three of the top teams in Group C, Guatemala, the United States, Dominican Republic, all end up with 6 points each. And it would have been just because of a triangle of defeats. Guatemala would have beaten Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic would have beaten the US, and the US would have beaten Guatemala. Could all end up on 6 points. It would come down to goal differential. And as a scenario that lives today, given away carelessly now, a 3-on-1 for Dominican Republic to make it 3-0. Can they execute it well? It's put wide. It took too long. This game is really getting stretched now with the end-to-end action. Played over the top now and slid home by Marco Gomez. They go the direct route, and it pays off. Just like that, it's now 3-0 Dominican Republic. They were hesitating and hesitating on that prior restart, lulling Trinidad and Tobago to sleep. Chipped over the top, a great touch by Gomez. The ball in from Perez, and now they have total control, up 3-0. it back, and now opportunity and a response from Hospitales. Puts it wide. There have been opportunities for Trinidad and Tobago, but they just have not been able to seal the deal. Under 6 to play in this first period. Perez. Clipped over the top once again. It's settled nicely by Gardelli. Gardelli still looking for a lane to shoot. It's blocked. Five to play. Kareem Perry knocked out of play. Dylan King. Worked ahead. And now back again for Dylan King. Sendale McLean. Basically a summation of Trinidad and Tobago's attack over the last few minutes, really ever since they took their timeout. You wonder if the timeout was ill-timed. They took it ahead of a corner kick to maybe draw up a set play. But ever since that timeout is when Dominican Republic have taken control of this game. Trinidad and Tobago had the momentum, had the chances before that. It was taken around the 11-minute mark. And in the last 7 minutes, it's been all Dominican Republic, up 3-0. Perez makes a stop. Shot from distance here almost surprises Perez. Did take a deflection. Long over the top again, looking for Gardelli. Dominican Republic have shown an ability to score through intricate passing and build up play, and also just direct over the top. Their 3 goals have come in different ways. One was an intricate build that led to a Rondon tap-in. One was a counterattack on the break that led to the Belliard goal. And then over the top, direct to Gomez. Now given away, it's Rondon, the captain. Rondon gets it back. Hospitales. Rondon. Rondon carelessly gave it away. 3v3 right now for Trinidad and Tobago. Rondon does well to clean it back up after the mess he created. Chipped over the top and settled down by Perry. Chance brewing again for Dominican Republic, and it's put wide. Just over 2 minutes to go in this first period. Now a commanding 3-0 lead for Dominican Republic. Perez has it. It's been a clean half too. There were those 2 early accumulated fouls for Dominican Republic, but none since for either side. Slipped in front, chance to make it 4. Wrong side of the post on the effort from Pepin. Remember, those accumulated fouls reset each half, so back to 0 once we get to halftime. Each team allotted 5.5 on the 6th. It's a penalty from the second penalty mark. Settled down by Neptune. Jerwin Balthazar. Another careless giveaway for Trinidad and Tobago. Perez, the goalkeeper, cuts inside. Perez shoots, out of play. Long toss out to Gomez, intercepted. Marco Gomez, under a minute to play in this first period. Dominican Republic looking to tack on some more. Welch. Dylan King. Welch again. 30 seconds. Can they push for something at the end of this period? Dylan King. Back again. King. Working through. King. Saved by Perez. That would have been what Trinidad and Tobago needed to give them some momentum going into the break and bring them back within 2 goals. But a big save from Jose Perez. Ten seconds. Welch gets it back. Welch, it's blocked. Dominican Republic the other way. A shot from all the way in their own end. And that's going to end it, really, here in this first period, barring a shot from distance. They won't even try it. Dominican Republic 3, Trinidad and Tobago 0 at the break. A win for Dominican Republic would clinch a spot in the next round. A loss for Trinidad and Tobago would officially eliminate them. A lot on the line coming up in the second period. It was Rondon, Belliard, and Gomez on the score sheet for Dominican Republic. Players making their way back out there now to begin the second period of action here in Managua. Trinidad and Tobago down 3-0 against Dominican Republic in what is a must-win scenario for Trinidad and Tobago. Anything short of a victory, and they are eliminated from this tournament. They made a goalkeeper switch now for the second half. It's Kelvin Henry in goal for Trinidad and Tobago. Hard to really fault Andre Marchand for any of the goals that were conceded in that first half by Trinidad and Tobago. Joe Malva with you for the action here in Managua. Final day of group play in Group C of the 2024 Concacaf Futsal Championship. Dominican Republic in the white, Trinidad and Tobago in the red. Waiting for the signal to begin the second period. Rondon, Billiard, Gomez, your 3 goal scorers from the first half for Dominican Republic. They were the lowest ranked team in this group coming into the tournament, and they may yet win the group. And underway in the second half of action. 3-0 lead. Can they hold on to it? Can they expand it? 3 points would assure them a berth in the knockout phase. Guatemala have already qualified for the knockout phase, as have Panama from Group B, as have Mexico and Costa Rica from Group A. Mexico and Costa Rica will play each other later today to determine who is the next team through. Or rather, who's the first place team through and who's next as the runner-up. Suriname and Haiti will meet. A win for either would put them in contention for one of the third place spots through. Dominican Republic with a victory would assure at the very least here today that they'll get through as one of the highest ranked third place teams. 3 groups of 4, top 2 in each, give us 6 of your 8 teams in the knockout phase. The other 2 teams being the best 2 third place finishers. And bear in mind, that is the specificity of the scenario. It's the next 2 third place finishers. It's not just the next 2 best. In case you were to have some scenario where things would have come out in such a manner that a couple of teams in the same group had 2 points each or 3 points each. The maximum you could have from one group go through the knockout phase is 3. On the turn, it's kept in. No, it's not. Just over the line from Gardelli. He thought he kept it in. Good control for Trinidad and Tobago. Given away at the last. Now it's Rondon, but it's too far ahead, and Henry has it. You wonder what the messaging was like in the locker room for these teams at the break. What might change in the second half. I wonder how long Trinidad and Tobago will wait to fly the goalkeeper, to use the extra attacker. It has been a sound defensive effort from Dominican Republic. This one thrown ahead on the turn. Gardelli. Save made by Perez. Quick shot by Oliveira. Back the other way now. Rondon slipped. Long toss again from Henry. Boulangeron. Try from distance here. Saved again by Perez. Again, a 2-on-1 for Dominican Republic. Rondon calling for it. It didn't get it. It was kept the whole way by Hector Perez. He raises the left hand in apology to Rondon, the captain. Try from distance, just outside the arc. Rondon denied by Henry.
No corner, no corner, no corner.
Hector Perez. Gardelli puts it back in front to Perez. It's Rondon instead, and Rondon finishes. Dummied through by Perez, and sometimes the dummy is the smart move. Rondon was there. Rondon finished, and Rondon is now tied for the Golden Boot lead with his 5th goal of the tournament and his 2nd of the day. Intelligent play right there. Perez fakes the shot, lets it through. Rondon smashes it, and it's 4-0 Dominican Republic. Rondon plays it across. Played through, chance to make it 5, but the save made by Henry, denying Guillermo Lopez. Biding their time. Dylan King, Rondon. Rondon with it now. Rondon looking for his hat trick. Tried to skirt away, and he is fouled. Direct free kick coming. First accumulated foul of this half. Played quickly. Alvarez rolled back, played through, flicked along, but wide from Belliard. Not a lot of urgency in the attack from Trinidad and Tobago. Good defensive shape from Dominican Republic. And out for a Dominican Republic possession. Contact there, and direct free kick is called. Second accumulated foul in 4 minutes against Trinidad and Tobago. And a yellow card as well to Matthew Wu Ling. Rondon plays it quickly. Rondon calling forward again. Rondon blocked. Short from the corner, and it's off the crossbar, down and in. What a strike from Jose Belliard. Kelvin Henry did all he could. It was over his head. Hit the crossbar, came down. Belliard gets his second of the day, third of the tournament. Nobody close to him, so he just blasted it. And it is a dominant 5-0 showing now for Dominican Republic. Looking very bleak for Trinidad and Tobago, who needed to win to stay alive. A win for Dominican Republic guarantees them a spot in the knockout phase, and they can already start making their plans for the quarterfinal later this week. The only question again will become, who do they meet up? Are they getting through as the first, second, or third place team? That all still hangs in the balance and will be decided later on when the United States takes on Guatemala. What they're doing right now, Dominican Republic, though, is immensely helping their goal differential. Coming into the day, their goal differential was -1. Now it's sitting at +4. Going into the Guatemala-United States match, Guatemala is a +4. The United States are a +2. So in theory, any victory by 1 goal for the United States, 6-5, 4-3, any way you slice it, any 1-goal victory for the United States over Guatemala, as it stands right now, would actually give Dominican Republic the first place spot in Group C. And it would give the U.S. second place. Guatemala would drop from first down to third. So many different permutations that can happen later this afternoon when the United States takes on Guatemala. Set to kick off just after 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Welch. Dylan King. A thorough showing it's been from Dominican Republic. The best they've looked so far. This is a team who maybe can go on a little bit of a run here in the knockout phase as well. Looking for Welch at the back post. They went ahead and played the top 2 ranked teams in this group, Dominican Republic, in their first 2 games. Guatemala, the 2nd ranked team. United States, the 4th ranked team overall in the tournament. They went toe-to-toe with Guatemala. Lost a tight one in the end. They beat the U.S. in a thrilling affair, their first ever win over the U.S. And now dismantling Trinidad and Tobago. This Dominican Republic team is not just a surprise that is going to wither away. They are here to make some more noise and maybe a threat to qualify for the World Cup. The 4 semifinalists will be headed to Uzbekistan in September. Long over the top again. Slipped through, space for Juan Rondon. Slows it down, Rondon blocked. Nearly halfway through the 2nd period. Rondon takes it back, he's called for the foul. First accumulated foul of this half against Dominican Republic. Already 2 against Trinidad and Tobago. Kept alive by Wu Ling. Slipped through, some space for Dylan King, saved by Perez. He was expecting a pass, Perez. Throws it out ahead, back to goal, it's Gardelli. Gardelli looking for Rondon. Possession controlled now for Trinidad and Tobago, almost given away, careless lead. Sherwin Balthazar keeping it alive. Dominican Republic looking to make it 6. It's rolled back. It's Hector Perez going for goal and slotting it home. 6-0 Dominican Republic. Hector Perez gets his first goal of the tournament. And they continue to improve their goal differential and improve their chances at maybe winning this group altogether. And a timeout taken now by Trinidad and Tobago. Just a demoralizing outlook now for Trinidad and Tobago. 3 goals conceded in the first half, 3 conceded in the second half. In what was a must-win game, it has not gone that way. Back from the kickoff after the goal. Dominican Republic in a great position now. Their goal differential is about to extend as it stands to +5. So as it would stand, played in front, that'll take one back actually for Trinidad Tobago. Well worked, right out of the timeout, right off the kickoff. To keep them alive, perhaps, it's Jamil Neptune. Punan snuck it through. Tight quarters there and still made it happen. Perez clears. Well, every goal still important now for Dominican Republic because of what it could mean to their chances at winning this group altogether. Obviously, a tie for Guatemala against the U.S. would put Guatemala on 7 points, and it would mean that Dominican Republic can't win the group. So it would require a United States victory in order for Dominican Republic to win the group. They currently sit at a +4 goal differential as they pick up their 3rd accumulated foul. They're at a +4 goal differential. So as it stands, only a 1-goal United States win over Guatemala, regardless of the scoreline, be it 7-6, be it 3-2. A 1-goal United States win is the only outcome that would see Dominican Republic win the group. Anything else, and they would finish either 2nd or 3rd, depending on the various permutations. Give it away again. Back the other way. Punan saved by Perez. As it stands, a win for the United States by more than 2 goals would put Dominican Republic in 2nd place. A win for Guatemala would put the Dominican Republic in 2nd place. Excuse me. A draw, same thing. So depending on different types of outcomes, it'll be 2nd or 3rd place for Dominican Republic, but they can win the group if they have the achieved desired outcome of a United States 1-goal win as it stands. That's what's coming up next. USA, Guatemala. Every additional goal would be that much sweeter now for Dominican Republic. Every additional goal conceded would be that much more painful. Try from a ways away by Arguello goes wide. 2-on-1, it's Rondon. Rondon has a hat trick and restores the 6-goal advantage for Dominican Republic. Now he's sitting alone at the top in the Golden Boot race as well, with goal number 6 for jersey number 6, David Rondon. Had 3 in the first 2 matches, has 3 today. And that increases the chances, potentially, of Dominican Republic outright winning this group. Punan snatched by Perez. Looking for space, Hospitales lays it off for Neptune. Neptune couldn't quite get it back. It's behind Hospitales, but he still goes for a goal and it's just wide. Outside of the boot, did well. It slipped through once again for Sestero, given away. Seven-1 lead. Can they make it 8? Goalkeeper goes down, but he still makes the save. Kelvin Henry. He bit on the initial shot fake, went down from that prone position, still made the stop. Oliveira couldn't get there. Taking strike up on the crossbar and in. Guillermo Lopez sneaks it through in the upper 90. Pouring it on now. His third of the tournament. Not much of an angle. Very, very small piece of open real estate. And he snuck it through. And taken away now on the spin. Sestero back over the top, settled. Henry, the header, almost. Seven-goal advantage for Dominican Republic. Two v two, calling for it. Now it's a 3v2. It was Lopez calling for it again after his goal. Just over 6 minutes to play. 8-1 lead for Dominican Republic. Perhaps it's Trinidad and Tobago. Hold on a second, a chance here on a 2v1. That's a 9th for Dominican Republic. And it's Ricardo Alvarez celebrating this one. I was just getting set to say that no team has done this in Trinidad and Tobago just quite yet. It was only a 3-goal game against the U.S. It was a 2-goal game against Guatemala. Perhaps it's maybe just the reality settling in mentally and the shoulders being slumped for Trinidad and Tobago, knowing that they're about to be eliminated and it's gotten away from them. Or maybe it's just they've been totally outclassed by the Dominican Republic. 8-goal advantage after Trinidad and Tobago just went toe-to-toe with the U.S. and Guatemala, losing by 3 and by 2 respectively. But even in those cases, the goals came late on empty net goals to widen the margins. This is total domination from Dominican Republic. And now with this 8-goal advantage, they have a +7 goal differential. So now if the U.S. beats Guatemala, and if they do so by 4 goals or less, it's going to be Dominican Republic winning this group. I'll tell you what, with what we've seen historically from Guatemala and from the U.S., matchups presumably going to be tight. I don't know that the U.S. has a 5-goal win in the cards. Rondon lays it off. It's blocked. The only way for the U.S. to then win the group outright over Dominican Republic and over Guatemala, as it stands, would be to beat Guatemala by 5 goals. A draw for Guatemala would give them first place in the group, and it would put Dominican Republic second, the U.S. third. A U.S. win by 4 goals or less would drop Guatemala down to third and would put Dominican Republic in first. As it stands, there is no possible outcome that would see Dominican Republic finish lower than second, which is big because it means they avoid a tougher quarterfinal matchup. The 2 highest ranked third place finishers have to go up against first place teams. If they finish in second in the group here in Group C, they would take on the second place finisher of Group B. So as it stands, they could finish no worse than second, and it gives them a much more favorable quarterfinal matchup. Of course, winning this group gives them the most favorable matchup on paper. But they've done enough work with the goal differential today as well, beyond just the 3 points, to put them in position to finish no lower than second if this result holds. And I say this result meaning more the scoreline. We know at this point they're going to win. Just a matter of the scoreline. Slip through for Neptune. Now Welch going for goal, saved by Perez. Rondon, the hero of the day with a hat trick, and now sitting in the Golden Boot lead, the only player in the tournament with 6 goals. Everybody else with 5 or fewer. The Golden Boot lead coming into the day was the Canadian player Louis Quimmy. Roberto Alvarado of Guatemala has 4 goals. He can sneak back into that Golden Boot lead later on, taking on the United States coming up just after 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Work to the end line. Trinidad Tobago now just trying to salvage something out of nothing. Played in front, almost their own goal. And there's no goal differential or anything like that now that can help them out. They had to win. Anything less than a win would see them eliminated, and that's the way it's heading. Perez plays it ahead. Rondon calling for the layoff. It's saved by Henry. And actually a foul was called first against Dominican Republic. At the end line, it's played back. Shot by Hospitalis, blocked. Now played through again for Rondon. Nearly. Under 2 minutes to play. Result in hand, score line, and goal differential. The only question now. Rondon with 3 goals already, make it 4. His Golden Boot lead extends to 7 goals. A 4-goal day for David Rondon, and it's 10-1, Dominican Republic. What more can you say about this performance? Not only from Rondon, but from the team as a whole. Total domination. Just over a minute to play. Ahead, it's Perez sliding through. Excuse me, they actually made a change to Dimar Blanco, the backup goalkeeper after that last goal. Chance now for Gardelli. Took a deflection off the defender, and it goes in. 11 for Dominican Republic. And with a score line like this, it's going to take their goal differential to +9. And any way you slice it, the only way now that Dominican Republic is not going to win this group is if the U.S. and Guatemala tie, or if Guatemala wins. I don't know that it's in the cards for the United States to beat Guatemala by 8 goals or more. Just doesn't seem feasible. That's the benefit of why Dominican Republic has continued to pour on the goals. Now, any victory by the U.S. over Guatemala by 7 goals or less would give Dominican Republic the group title. They have done their part. They had that historic victory upset over the United States last match. It's put them in this position. They went toe-to-toe with Guatemala in their first match. Some benefit there from the post to save them 1 extra goal worth of differential. 10 seconds to play. Taken to the corner. Flicked back. Is there one more cherry on top here? Laid off instead. And there is the final whistle. Dominican Republic wins it 11-1. So well done overall by Dominican. A look back at the highlights from this one. Dominican Republic taking it 11-1 over Trinidad Tobago. The Soca Warriors came in needing a victory, anything short of a victory, and they would be eliminated, and that was the fate they would end up meeting today. 11 goals scored in all by Dominican Republic. It started with 3 in the first half. Some big saves early on by Andre Marchand. Same for Jose Perez. There was no stopping this one. The first of 4 goals from David Rondon after an exquisite bit of build-up. That made it 1-0. Shortly thereafter on the break, it would be 2-0. Belliard tapping it in. Belliard with his 3rd of the tournament on the day, or rather on this day would get to 3 in the tournament. That was his 2nd that he scored there. For Marco Gomez here, his 1st of the day, 2nd of the tournament. That made it 3-0 going into halftime. There were opportunities to tack on still in the first half. They would do no more damage than just the 3. All their damage really would come in the second half. A couple of big early second half saves by Jose Perez to keep it 3-0. And then the goals would come. Dummied through, Rondon smashes it home, his 2nd of the day. At the time, it was his 5th of the tournament that tied him for the Golden Boot lead. And the onslaught would just continue from there. Blasted home by Belliard. His 3rd of the tournament, 2nd of the day. We'd see another one like that a little bit later on. Perez, a couple of big stops still at the other end. Hector Perez rolls his 1st goal in of the tournament. He's continuing to pour it on at this point. A lone goal brought back there from Jamil Neptune at the time made it 6-1. And then the match would end with 5 unanswered goals. Rondon nets his hat trick there, put him in sole possession of the Golden Boot lead in the tournament. He was still not done. The captain would ultimately find a 4th on the day, a 7th on the tournament. Blasted here by Guillermo Lopez for his 1st of the day, 3rd of the tournament. That made it 8-1 at that point. With just under 8 minutes to play, they continued on. This one rolled home by Ricardo Alvarez for his 1st of the tournament. Rondon there would find his 7th of the tournament, 4th of the day. That made it 10-1, and just for good measure, for a 10-goal margin of victory, they would tack on the 11th. Gardelli on the own goal. As it deflected in, we'll get credit because it was shot on target. Gardelli gets the goal, his 2nd of the tournament. That made it 11-1, and that's how it finished. Dominican Republic over Trinidad Tobago. That'll do it for the first match of the day. It takes Dominican Republic to the top of the table. There you see the scenario presented now. Any point for Guatemala wins them the group. If they were to lose and the United States wins by 7 goals or less, Dominican Republic would win the group. They would win by 8 goals or more for the US, and the Americans would win the group. It's all to play for coming up next here in Managua.